Hey, everybody. This is Eleanor with Eleanor's Elite Radio, and I'm very lucky to have Miss Tasha Rosenbrook back on the show. She was on a while ago, and since then, a lot has happened, some that she really cannot discuss, and I think more she'll be able to discuss what's coming up in her life. Anyway, we know it's been an insane amount of drama that's been happening, not just to her. I think now the attention is drawn away from the Rosenbrooks, and now it's like definitely related to Colt and Larissa. Anyway, everybody give a warm welcome and say, hi, Tasha. How are you?
Hey, everybody. I'm doing okay.
Great. It's so good to hear from you again, and thanks. And I apologize for yesterday, but it's like really crazy. I know you were just as crazy as I am with working. I understand. Have you been?
Yeah.
Have you been, sweetie?
I've been all right. It's been crazy and it's been rough.
Yeah. I know legally you're not allowed to talk about too much of what's really going on, and I would never want to, interrupt or, have you divulge anything to get you in trouble, because I'm not I'm not like one of those other people that kind of feed on that drama and will push a person to the very end. That's not who I am. Yeah, and I'm a child advocate. So, and in my mind, even though you might be of age, you're still a child in my mind. So I have like these protection bear claws around you. All right, now let me tell you one thing. How do you like the drama? Can you talk about the drama that's going on between Clarissa and Colt?
I mean, I wouldn't know what to say. I mean, I'm not going to lie. It feels nice to have the attention away from me for once. But it's a little upsetting that it happened in this manner. It's kind of, I'm concerned. Like, I actually just got done watching Angie's video from last night. It's concerning, but
it is concerning.
I guess I don't really know.
And I think a lot of people are thinking, ooh, drama. No, this is about arrest records. This is about physical and mental abuse and question mark, maybe, God forbid, something with child pornography. And that hits a very close nerve to my heart with children. And, honestly, like, I don't want to pass too much judgment on anybody because I don't know them. But I don't know really who I feel more sorry for. I just think really, I hope in a way, now this is a very feminist way of looking at it, but I hope he has to take care of her for 10 years and pay her legal bills. As crazy as she might be, he brought her here on whatever the premise might be, and I don't know, I don't know who's more crazier, him or her. I really don't, but it's scary. Yeah. It's a scary situation what's going on between the two of them. Yeah. So let's talk about Tasha Rosenbrook. Let's talk about what you're doing. How is your cosplay couture coming along?
It's coming along. Oh my God, I am sewing so much stuff right now. It is ridiculous. I have 2 commissions paid. I've been paid to make 2 costumes for the February convention I'm going to in mid-February. However, the person who was paying me for these 2 costumes decided she only wants 1 for the convention in February. I'm still making the second costume, but she told me I can relax and make other stuff first because she doesn't want that for the convention anymore.
Right.
So I'll still be making that, but I can set that aside for now and focus on some other things going on. I have a photo shoot hopefully next weekend. Honestly, if it happens next weekend, all depends on the weather because I hate snow, I hate winter, and never in my 20 years of life have I ever said this, but I need snow because, spoiler alert, it's an alpha photo shoot, but there's a chance that there may not be any snow next weekend. So I'm going to look on the weather and hope that we have enough snow to do this.
If not, I mean, I don't know what your budget is, but if not, you can always get a fake snow machine. I don't know how much they cost. I don't know what the realm of that cost is, but.
Yeah, I'm going to look into that. Otherwise, someone else also suggested going to Christmas Mountain or Cascade Mountain because they always have snow. I'll look around. Otherwise, I'll postpone it for the next weekend and see how the weather goes. Because hopefully by the later January, early February, we should have something for snow.
Absolutely. You should. God, thank goodness you don't live in Florida. Otherwise, you'd be waiting a really long time to do that photo shoot. I'm telling you right now, because that's where I live.
Yeah.
And it's so, already it's warm. Like we have 40 degrees like for one day. And then like the next day, it's back up to 80. And I know a lot of people love that and enjoy that, but I kind of like the cold weather. I love it. I don't mind snuggling up and putting on a sweater and the heat on and baking and all that fun stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
See,
Now, go ahead.
I'm all for the aesthetic of winter. I'm all for the aesthetic of warm snow by a fireplace and hot cocoa. I'm so addicted to hot chocolate, but I like my weather 90 degrees and humid. I am a Californian, and that's how I prefer it to be.
Well, if you move to California, you have that option because of the mountains. You'll be able to do that. It surprises me when I watch all these reality shows that are based out of Hollywood or, Calabasas, like the Kardashians and stupid, shows like that they're like freezing at night. They walking around with jackets and coats. But yes, it makes sense because there's mountains in California. Anyway. All right, let's talk about the tell-all. Dun-dun-dun. Drum roll. I have one on my studio phone, but it's stupid. I don't want to use it. Let's talk about the tell-all. You did fabulously. You weren't on, I don't think, part one, right?
No, I was not on part one.
Part one. Now, so let me ask, do you believe what Lida was spewing as far as she felt bad? I mean, you're so adult anyway, so let's be very adult about it. Did you believe what she was spewing on the couch, crying in tears? That I really didn't see any water dripping down her face, but did you believe what she said, that she felt sorry about how she treated you and your sister?
I am at a crossroads with that.
Yeah.
I really am.
Well, it's okay because just say what you feel. Be truthful.
Well, pardon me, yes, I want to, because she had once upon a time, I don't remember what month it was. It was several months ago. It was August, I think, maybe. Once upon a time, she had apologized to me for kicking me out, and she told me that she realized she could have gone different ways about doing this, blah, 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 and she didn't. At the time, I didn't know if I truly, accepted it. I put up with her because I wanted to try and make this friendship between her and I work, because we have a lot in common. And honestly, it's sad to see a friendship not work out, but with her, because we do have a lot in common. But we have both tried to be each other's friend far too long, and whether it's my fault or whether it's her fault, something always happens, and we get into a vicious fight, and it just doesn't work. So I personally think it's just
not meant to be.
It's safe for us both to just not, I mean, but I don't. As far as her apology or what she was saying on the tell-all, I don't know. It's actions speak louder than words. Okay,
yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. Action do speak louder than words. Now, I know you're coming up on the tell-all part 2 tomorrow, Sunday. And my heart always breaks for you, Tasha. I mean, I'm just a very nurturing, motherly type of person anyway. And, I'm the kind of person that butts in when I see somebody not being treated correctly at the mall, or, that's who I am. So my heart always goes out to you. And I just wish I could be there with you, and protect you from these idiots and their questions. And I know that's already happened a few months ago, I'm sure, right? It has been about maybe 4 or 5 months ago.
The tell-all was filmed in November, and they wanted me to be there in New York. The only reason I wasn't was because I was actually at a convention that weekend. I was at DayShowCon.
Right.
That was filmed on the Saturday of the convention. I'm talking, I just got back from the convention. I had barely enough time to whip off my costume, because I didn't want, to get in trouble for having a licensed copyrighted character on TV,
right,
without permission. So I had barely enough time to whip off my costume. I was wearing a wig that day, so I had wig hair because it was all punched up in a bun. I had to throw a bandana on, and, I had barely enough time to get ready and then sit in front of the computer, and then they had me on. So, I'm not going to lie, I wanted to go to New York, because who doesn't want to go to New York? Okay?
Right.
But I could not miss that convention.
Yeah, I don't blame you. And I'm, in a way, I have to say I'm glad you didn't go, because I recognize sensationalism. And I think that, maybe not TLC, but Shark or who's ever really, the head honchos for this show wants the sensationalism, wants to see the drama, the tears, the fighting. But on the other hand, they're forgetting that, how old are you, darling?
I'm 20.
Okay. You're still a baby in my eyes. And, who wants to see a 20-year-old, rip to pieces? It's just heartbreaking. I don't want to see it. Those idiots that are sitting up there, they're fine because they're all in their 30s and their 40s. They know what they're doing. They've made choices to come here to marry that person, whomever that person was. It's always the children that get to me. So I know that you were able to give her a good dig or two in the tell-all come tomorrow. Has anything progressed from there aside from not talking about any legalities? Has anything progressed as far as talking? Are you talking with her or your dad?
No, we haven't talked since the last live I did on the first live interview I did on 90 Day Fiancé. Yeah. We haven't talked since that.
And your sister, your beautiful little baby sister, who is she staying with now? Your dad or your mom?
Well, she lives with my mom. She just visited my dad. She visited him, but she's not. They're working it out. They're trying to work things out. I don't know if it's going to work out, but she currently has not seen him in a couple of weeks because things are crazy. But honestly, I mean, yeah. So
and there's some legal issues there as well, so we'll leave that alone. Absolutely. So tell me, what does she bring up? What will she bring up on Sunday that gets you so twisted?
Okay, well, I'm not gonna lie. The tell-all was quite a blur. I don't remember. I'm not gonna lie. I don't remember a whole lot. I do remember that I was interrupted a lot. Yeah. with that many people there, I was interrupted a lot. I didn't get to say a whole lot because I kept getting talked over, whether it was by Lita or Steven or Kalani or Sean. I was talked over a lot, so I didn't get to say a whole bunch. And looking back, there are a few things I wish I had said or said differently, etc. But I do remember. I don't think they'll keep this part in because it's completely unrelated to the show. But what really set me off immediately as soon as Lita opened her mouth was she started bitching about my half brother.
Yeah.
She started bringing my brother through the ringer, and I'm like, all right, first of all, you've never met him. My dad hasn't seen him in a decade. I'm not even sure how many interactions my dad has with my older half siblings because they're not his kids, and we don't see them often as it is because they're on the other side of the country. So it just completely set me off because what started was because my brother defended me. He stood up for me, as a brother should do.
Right.
He stood up for me to Lita, and they got into this massive fight. So that was the first thing Lita said to me, was talking shit about me. She's like, oh, you had your brother message me. I'm like, my brother is 28 years old. He is his own grown-ass adult. He does what he wants. I don't sit here and tell him to go do this or go do that. He stood up for me because he is my brother, and that's what they do.
And that's it. Right. And you know what? Your brother has every right to do that. And he is 28. And you know what? You are so much, I keep telling you this, but you're so much more mature than she is. I don't know if it's an act on her part. They were doing recaps. They have all this, garbage extended play and all this crap. It's such a shit show, Tasha. It really is. I don't know. I don't know how I got into it, but I did. But anyway, they were doing some recaps from last week's show, and she was sitting on the couch, and she turns when Larissa and Jonathan's girlfriend, I forgot her name.
Fernanda.
Yeah, were arguing back and forth, and she turns around, Lida, and turns around to your dad and goes, oh, baby, they're killing me. And I wanted to, smack her off the couch.
Yeah.
Oh, it just kills me. It kills me. I don't know. I'm just, not a fan of her. Your dad, I can forgive in a way. I mean, I hope you can build a relationship with your father. I don't see how, but I pray you do because he is your dad. But I don't know. How do you feel on all that, darling?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's hard. It's a hard call. Yeah. Where are you living now? You're not living anywhere with them? Of course not. You're living on your own now.
Oh yeah, I live in a trailer with, and I have a roommate, Jan.
All right. Well, that's good. So now tell me.